Alrighty, let's move on to card number 2. So card number 2 has this gorgeous designer series paper. This one's from the Painted Christmas designer paper from page 17 in the holiday catalog. Really, really pretty designs. It's got some of that flirty flamingo in there. Just really, really gorgeous color combinations. But I am in love with these pine cones. I am a sucker for pine cones at Christmas. So check that out on page 17. But you're going to have a piece of that designer series paper that's going to be matted on this 3 3/4 by 5 piece of real red. If you don't have this in your kit, let me know. My kit was missing this piece. So if you don't, let me know. I'll be happy to send you some in the mail, so no worries. If you have some and you want to go ahead and cut yours, this one is the 5 by 3 3/4. Your piece of designer paper is going to fit on top of that, and then you will have this set aside on, oh, there's my red. I wasn't missing it. More on the ball than I thought. This one's going to go on the front of your card. But before you adhere this down, you're going to want to adhere these two together. So let's put some adhesive on here. And then we're going to do our ribbon wrap. So for your ribbon wrap, you will, make sure I get it kind of straight on there at least. You're going to put a little bit of adhesive on both sides, kind of on the bottom third. And you're going to take that long piece of ribbon that you have, and we're just going to wrap it around so that it just goes around the back edge and catches on that adhesive. And then we'll bring this around and do the same thing, but this time we're going to cut this off because this is for our knot. All right, you might want to get that straight too. It's nice because you can kind of mess around with it until you get it where you want it. So yeah, so the one piece of, you should have a long piece of ribbon for each of the cards in your kit, and you're just going to take each of them separately and do the wrap, and then come in and you'll tie a knot over towards the right hand side like that. Okay, now if you want to go in and put a mini glue dot under there, you're totally welcome to. I don't think I did on this one, I just left it, but I'll have that right there, and then you can just trim off your edges. That'll give you a nice little bit of detail there on the side. All right, and once that's done, this can be adhered to your card front, just like that. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that one on. Go, like so. Now you should have in your kit, you'll have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white. This is going to be for your inside panel. I'm not going to adhere mine yet because I haven't decided what I'm going to stamp on there, but that's going to go on the inside of your card. Your other pieces will include this matte piece here that's going to be behind our focal image of the green. This is going to be right here. This piece on this particular kit, again, has that little notch cut out. This is for stamping your sentiment and then fussy cutting around it. If you'd rather cut it in a rectangle to have it straight instead of fussy cutting, you're welcome to. I just decided to do it on mine so that it had a little more detail showing the designer paper behind it. And then I added these rhinestones from the holiday rhinestone pack there around them. So on this one, you're going to stamp the same way. We're going to bring in the lady with the fuller skirt. This one always reminds me, and let me know if you agree. This one reminds me of the Dick Van Dyke Show. This makes me think of Mary Tyler Moore and her little shoes. I don't know why, but that's what came to mind when I first saw this one. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time with the raincoat and boots. We're going to ink this up like so. so. And bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat, don't want to forget that. And we're going to come down a little closer to the bottom on this one, but center it up as best you can, like right about there. Okie doke. And then we will trade out our flowers for the gifts on this one. So, put this on like so. I'm going to ink that up. And bring it back into this top portion. Bring it down so the line just about covers itself there. Give it a little press. And there you go. Okie doke. All right. So on this colored image, I will show you what I used. So for the skirt, I used a dark real red. So I'm going to go in and color that. Let's see if I have one that actually has a nice tip on the end. You never know. So I'm going to bring this in, and I colored this all with the dark because I wanted it to make quite a statement. Okay, so we'll just go in and color. Color, color, color. Now you could paper piece this if you wanted to. You could just stamp the skirt section on a piece of real red and with the Memento black. Trim out just the skirt and just paper piece it right over top of the stamped image, and it would look perfect. I don't know why. This makes me think of Mary Tyler Moore. I can't unsee it now that I've seen it. Okay, that one is a little well loved too. Let's see, which one was that? I don't remember. I was looking in my case, but I don't seem to have another royal red in there. So let's see if we can just make this work. Sometimes after doing classes with these for a while, they get a little finicky. There we go. Let me use the thinner end now. So I'm just going to go in, fill that in, finish up the skirt, and then there we go. I'm going to go in and do this top bow right here with the real red. Like so. And again, if you want to do your own color combo on this, you can just fast forward on through this section and do your own design. Then on this little present right here, this 2 rectangles, I'm going to go in and just color this one in. Like so. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to bring in my dark shaded spruce. Oh, love this color. Love, love, love this color. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do this little ribbon over here, a little diagonal right there. I'm going to come in and do these 2 sections right here. Oop, I missed a little section there. And then I'm going to do this long section right here. Okay? No problem. Let's take that real red and get that little part of the bow that I missed, or the ribbon, sorry. Whoop, drop that one. Do that right there. Okay? Now, once that's done, I will, where did it go? I dropped it. There we go. I'm gonna do this gift at the top of the pile over here, and this one's going to be in shaded spruce. And again, you can use the lights and darks and go in and add your shadows and highlights in there. I'm just going to do this one with one or the other of the light or dark. There we go. Like so. All right. Now we're going to bring in the gorgeous Calypso Coral, and I'm going to go in and finish up those boxes. Go in here. And it's nice when you pull all these colors together and you think, I don't know if those go together. But man, Stampin' Up! Hit it out of the park when they designed this designer paper, because this really does look quite sharp when it's all together. Because it might not be colors you would have thought to put together. All right, we'll do the little ribbon on there. Fill in this present over here. Like so. I'm so glad there are some of you I know who messaged me who signed up for the class, and you're like, I haven't used Stampin' Blends. I'm excited to try them. Well, I hope that you have fun with these, because they are, oh my gosh, the possibilities are just endless. There's so many. All right, so you can see on mine, I did the shadowing on this one with the darks and lights. This one's done with just one or the other. So I'm going to go in and add the skin tone on this one. Let's see, where'd it go? Dark petal pink. I want the light petal pink. Here we go. So we're just going to do her arms and her legs. Like so. And then we can do her little shoes. All right. And I did her shoes in shaded spruce also. And one of the things about doing these, it's always good to put something at the bottom to ground your image. So you don't want her to look like she's just floating up in the sky. So I'm going to bring in some light gray granite. And I'm just going to do some little shadow down here at the bottom. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but this is just going to make that difference between her floating up there and standing on something. All right. So when you go to put your card together, again, you're going to mount your image here on your shaded spruce mat. This will be popped up on dimensionals over here on the left-hand side, just like this. You're going to stamp your sentiment on your scrap with the notch cut out and either fussy cut or cut it in a rectangle, and then you will adhere that with dimensionals onto your card front. Okie doke. So that should cover all of your details for card number 2. All right, let's move on to card number 3. You're almost there.